This will be Auchenai Crypts as a Mistweaver monk. Another Burning Crusade dungeon. One that just really does not stand out in my mind in any way. This is like the least memorable dungeon to me for some reason. Yeah, okay, it's this one. No, it's... I don't know, there's like 3 dungeons that are kind of very similar, and this is the one that stands out the least of those. Anyway, it's here. This kind of place. Warrior tank. Some other stuff. Heavy hits coming in. So I see a Death Knight. That's a mage, Frost Mage, and a Warlock. Okay, Hand of Gul'dan. I think that means Demonology Warlock. Yeah. Haven't played a Warlock in a while, but when I did, I was a Demonology one. Don't know how long after Shattered Halls this happened. I want to say this particular... I forget if it's this dungeon or a later one. Some of these group members showed up again when I queued for another random dungeon. Like, we didn't go together to the dungeon, but we ended up together just because they were the people who were running dungeons around that level at the time, and so was I, and the matchmaker just decided to place us together. But again, I'm not completely sure it was these. I think it was. Well, we'll see eventually. They're pretty good, as I recall. People I was happy to play with. Oh man, those Draenei noises. So I used to play a Draenei Paladin, and those noises that these are making kind of burned into my mind, because he would make the same ones all the time. I heard those a lot. Because he was my main character for quite a while, like most of Wrath of the Lich King when I was playing. Yeah, look at this place. There's just nothing that makes it stand out. It looks kinda like Mana Tombs. I think it's part of the same complex. Let's see, in there is also Sethek Halls, which I haven't shown yet, and Shadow Labyrinth, I think, which, you know, has its own distinctive identity. This one... I don't know. This is just the most generic of those. Don't remember anything about any of the bosses in here. There was a map for a moment. This mage is dressed in a silly Yeti costume. Apparently that was some kind of perk for going to a convention at some point or something. I see a lot of people in the game wearing it. There's a quest in this room. What's that about? Man, what is it about this place? Like, I know I've run this dungeon a lot. It's just nothing about it sticks in my memory. It's just the least sticky dungeon. Raging Spirits. My little skim of that said that's, yeah, okay, so kill skeletons and necromancers, okay. Oh, it's... no? Wait. No, this isn't the place I thought it was. I'm thinking of Shadow Labyrinth. Okay, so some kind of bridge with... monster that looks like Bragok at the end of it. Bragok being from... not Slave Pens, the other place. Was it Slave Pens? Maybe it was Slave Pens. I think it was. I don't know what that kind of monster is called, but you know. Floating beholder, tentacly eyeball thing. bunch of interrupts going on here. That's annoying. Fortunately, not too many healing demands, so I can just be attacking instead. Shirak the Dead Watcher, okay. I've been soulstoned. Thanks, Warlock. So if I die, I can just pop right back up. Come up. Is there a reason to be up here when fighting? The two ranged party members are... Let's see, I'm focused. I wonder what that means. Probably just that he targets me and ignores threats? Or something? I don't know, I couldn't tell. Does that create a ground effect that you don't want to stand in? Yeah, I think that's what's going on. So everything gets orange and glowy, then damage starts happening. Ouch, what's happening to me? Well, good thing I had that soulstone. I was not healing myself. Am I going to press my revival button? I should. That would be the appropriate thing to do right now. Press that 8 button. Oh man, that's a lot of deaths. Yo, this dude's serious. I have some kind of curse of slow casting on me. Okay. Interesting. Huh. Alright, so a lot of damage was happening, and I was kind of getting locked down, so I couldn't do much about it. I should have used Revival. Haven't had it for very long. Huh. Alright. Right, yeah, so let's check that adventure guide. That'll tell me if I can navigate to the right thing. It doesn't automatically take me to the dungeon I'm in. What does Shirak the Dead Watcher do? Oh, did I give up on it? Am I trying to figure out what the dungeon I'm in is called? Shoot, there's fighting. Guess we didn't clear this room when we came through it the first time. Alright, Adventure Guide. Auchenai Crypts. Shirak the Dead Watcher. Oh, only 2 bosses in here. So Inhibit Magic. That must have been what was on me. Okay, Barrage of Missiles to all players within... Alright, so if you're focused... if you can move out of that location, do. If you can't, like if he tracks your location, I guess you want everybody to be away from the focused party member. Carnivorous Bite. I saw that was on me. Pull all players... Cast speed. Okay, so I want to be far away. When you're being focused, spread. Don't stay near the group. Yes. Tactics. Death Knight may have also been reading Dungeon Guide, might have just known that and wanted to relay to the rest of us. Yeah, this was a cool group. Nobody is interested in complaining. Everybody's just interested in getting this done. Figure it out, do what we need to do. This is the kind of group I like. Hey, communication. Check it out. I said something. Yeah, it happens. Right, soul well there. I can get a health stone, which is an item I can assign to my action bar somewhere to basically use as a health potion. I'm not too great about using those. I don't have them often enough to really have a space allocated on my bar and, you know, in my muscle memory for it. So I'm never going to find the health stone quickly enough when my health is low to actually use it. That's something I should learn to do. If I don't have a health stone, then just healing potions, because you can bring those, but I don't know, it comes up so rarely that that would be useful. Let's see, yeah, so if I stay farther away, my cast speed shouldn't be reduced so much. You see how long that Essence Font is taking. Alright, so focusing on me, so I'll keep the damage away from everybody else. Heal myself up. Man, interesting mechanics on this boss. Just like... Huh. Again, you'd think this would be memorable. Man, I have tools I could be using here. Press Vivify more. What am I doing? There, I'm doing it. Okay. Even if my Soothing Mist is slow, my Vivify still works. I'm doing it a lot. Man, this is pretty serious. I didn't remember anything about this. This is a cool encounter. I could definitely have... Oh right, so that was the pull. I could definitely have been doing better here. Let's see, what would I do differently? Definitely make sure Renewing Mist is always up and Enveloping Mist on people who need it. Don't hardcast anything, just use Soothing Mist to make Vivify's instant. And hit that button a whole lot. Which is kind of what I ended up doing. I just wasn't very quick about figuring that out. So yeah, it sounds like just by being close to him, you take a bunch of damage. And I was hanging out a bit too close to him. So yeah, stay far away as the healer. Do something with your abilities that doesn't require cast times to actually charge up and do stuff. Man, the state of my mana. Yeah, I had to burn through a lot of it there. Wow, that's a cool boss. Maybe I'll remember this place now. Requires some actual tactics. What's with all the angry faces above the skeletons? I guess those are, like, enrages or something? When they get low in health, they start hitting harder. Something like that. And also get larger. I need mana. Time to stop and drink. Did something change with our last two party members? Was that last one always a Forsaken undead character? The mage? I thought he was something else. Maybe he put on a costume or took off a costume or something.
This is sacred ground.
I still don't have a very good handle on all the effects that exist in the game that let you look like somebody else. There are a lot of them.
Outsiders are forbidden.
I'm kind of looking for one that I could use for myself so that I could create a demon hunter and somehow pretend it's not a blood elf. So I think that'd be fun. I think this is the end of the dungeon. This might be the last room. Who are you, Exarch Maladar? Okay. Now, does this guy do anything interesting? So far, nothing like Shirak. So there's some kind of fear. That was a weird fear. That was more of a disorient than a fear. Warlock managed to take some damage somehow. Ah, you found an enemy back there. And did exactly the right thing by bringing it right next to the tank who can take it off of you. The room must not have been totally clear yet. Ah. Overlapping speech again. Who's targeting me? Why has my party frame been red for so long? Sometimes it just stays that way, even when nobody is actually there. Does he have a ghost friend who's untargetable by us or something? Are we fighting his ghost? What is this? Avatar of the something. Okay. And there's also... what else is going on here? Okay, there was somebody just shooting fireballs at me. Huh. Oh, there's a bunch of, like, artwork on the side of this map. I just noticed. Alright, so back to the start for quest turn-in. Guess I'm not teleporting out. Oh, right, okay, so... keeping this run-in because... it's kind of weird. So I think... what's this called? Like, Burning Speed or something? Apparently that's actually a Warlock ability. Oh yeah, people want to do more dungeons. I want to turn in this quest and leave. Yeah, so Warlock ability lets them move faster, but at the cost of some health. So I'm going to follow along and keep her healed up, so she can keep doing that. Because I have movement abilities that don't cost me any health. So yeah, there's this weird awkward dead space where everybody wants to turn in quests. Not everybody wants to queue up for another dungeon right away. And you have to leave the group to let the rest of them get into the dungeon queue. But if you leave the group, you're kicked out of the dungeon. So we have to just stay here and not queue for any more in order to actually turn in the quests. Somebody's teleported out. It's nice that he wants to do more, but we can't yet. And I think there's more to turn in, right? So there was that one in the middle of the dungeon. What an awkward placement. But yeah, back at the beginning, down this stairway, there's another. Warlock's doing that burning thing again. Yeah, he wants to do more, but I just want to turn in quests and leave. And if I decline, it stops everybody. If I accept, then, you know, it puts another thing up on my screen, so I just have to leave it there in my face until I'm done with this. There we go. Quest giver. All done. Okay, I'm leaving real quick to not get in anybody else's way. Alright, that was Auchenai Crypts. See you for the next one.